that much sense. So thank you so much for taking your time to be here. I know it's Friday and you'll be somewhere just basically enjoying two for the road. But you've decided to say, you know what? Allow me to just take a minute and pass by Uncle Chile's platform and see what he has for us tonight on Identity Fridays. As usual, this is a platform that was intended and is intended to actually help you fix your identities, help you overcome anger, help you overcome the evil nature in you, help you try and focus so much on yourself rather than trying to think that the world owes you understanding, other people owe you understanding, and that you are an individual, you are alone, you exist alone, and that's how it's supposed to be. So that element of you thinking that you care about people, no, you don't. It's a thrill that you're actually chasing, and it makes you feel good. When people say, she's so caring, oh, he's so caring, he's very generous. You're not doing it because you're generous, you're doing it because that thrill that comes from people makes you feel good, and that is an evil move. All right. We're also here to tell you that, you know what, mental health problems, anxiety, depression can never be fixed with medication. Spiritual things or spiritual issues have to be fixed through the spiritual aspect of life. And until you walk that journey, you will never understand. We're also here to remind you that the spiritual order of life shall always be upheld. The moment there's a mess in that spiritual order of life, problems begin. Some of these problems can only be fixed by actually reinstating back the spiritual order of life. So as you go to the psychiatrist clinics and do your take those lithium supplements every single time, take those chlorpromazine, take all those antidepressants, the Prozacs, and every year there's a new antidepressant coming in. You are the target market. So they are so happy that you're actually depressed. See that? Yeah, so they feel so good and they make so much money from you, because once you take one antidepressant, you get into more problems. Because the side effects actually, one is depression. So you are treating depression with a drug that causes depression. Erectile dysfunction is coming in. Obesity is coming in. All right? So are you fixing a problem or are you causing more problems? So you can imagine a man going to to a psychiatrist. Most psychiatrists are very dumb, by the way. They are very dumb. They're actually having a lot of problems, but they're actually seated there across the table to listen to your nonsense. And then you expect they have solutions for you. Who can actually have solutions for you, for your problems, if not yourself? Huh? If not yourself. You think a rehab is coming to take you out of that bondage? You think sitting in a corner and claiming that, oh, you know, I'm depressed, that is going to solve the problem? You think because you don't have a job, if any case, you are fired today and 14 people got hired at the same place, at the same time, 14 of your friends got hired today when you were being fired. You are complaining that your Pro Box just hit a stone and now insurance is on your neck. There's somebody who just lost a Range Rover and jumped straight into buying another German machine. Now he's on a BMW X6 and you're complaining, oh, you know, my Pro Box, nimegonga punda. Nimegonga punda, nitatoa wapi pesa yako? Hii gari ni alone. You're complaining. Why are you complaining? Move on. Be better. That's why we are here. We are here to make sure that you and your anger is resolved. Anytime you find yourself on a comment section for somebody trying to push that vibe so that you can actually feel good after sending that negative vibe there, we are here to remind you that's not even a negative vibe. It's just you trying to actually find identity from somebody's posts. It's you trying to seek validation. And when you find yourself seeking validation, it means from inside you are so empty. You are a very hollow person. That's why you find need to actually comment on people's platforms instead of starting yours. So you want to Hey, anyway, allow me to say hi to some individuals. As you join in, please remember to tell us where you're joining us from so that we can actually shout out to people from your area code. Also, tag that gentleman here, tag that lady here, tag that woman, tag that wife, husband. Bring them here. Let's try and fix what needs to be fixed. Let's try and open up your eyes. Of course, it's not my role to fix you. You have to fix yourself. My role is to actually shed light on your path, and the room becomes more brighter with more light, right? And then once we do that, we keep on moving. And as we move, we become better as a team, all right? But of course, that team will still have individuals. We don't need teams here. Now, we want to just become better as people who understand healthcare as a unit, but you are an individual. So start thinking about you. Tonight, we are talking about love. What is love? Do people have love? And I've attended a lot of seminars on issues with love and all that. And normally I'm the one who actually has just one idea of love. Love is just one thing and one thing and one thing and one thing. Basically find an identity. We talk about it. But I've heard people saying there's agape love. There is, I don't know. Hey, which type of love do you know? I've heard people saying, oh, there's agape love. There's, I think, romantic. There's brotherhood love. I don't know. All these types of. Where did you get them from? Also, where did you guys get these crazy things of my love language? What is that? You don't even have love, you as a human being, but you're talking about love languages. Where did you get the love from? Eh? At my love language is acts of service. I'm like, which acts of service? Do you even have the service? Leave alone the acts. Do you have the service? Have you ever read the book of Acts? Yeah? Have you ever read the book of Acts to begin with? Or you just, oh, my acts of service. Oh, you know, my is touch. The same person who is saying, my love language is touch, can still be touched, can still be spoken to, lied to, can still be caressed, and it can still be done every other thing, and still falls in love. So why? So for you, if we just touch, bas. But if I don't talk, I just touch, uko sawa, you're okay. For you, if I just give you gifts, you're okay. That means you're very, very broke. Why do you need gifts from people? Why are you exploiting people and then you cover it up with this name? Oh, my love language, so that you buy the attention for people who are supposed to buy you gifts. Another one is that my type. Oh, listen, your type is you. Because you attract who you are. So where did you get your type from? Oh, I need a tall, dark, and handsome. At that moment in time, you're dating a short, round, and fat guy. Very aimless. But you're telling us, hey, doctor, I want something with 6 packs and all that. But not 6 packs. I mean, he has to show me that he works out. And okay. What happened to the 13 that you just dropped, or that just dropped you? What happened? Oh, I want a traditional woman, a woman who will cook me food like my mother, a woman who is you want your mother. You don't want a woman who looks like you. You want your mother. So you want to marry your mother. No, I need a provider, protector, and all these things. I mean, remind me one time that your father protected you physically. Remind me one time that your father protected you physically. One time. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's say hi to individuals. Ann Junge is in the building on Facebook. I see Waweru and Joki. I also see Kevin here. I see Spence Guff. I see Linston Ocheng. He's asking, who is this guy? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Of course, on TikTok, I see Smart Group. Amazing, brother, to see you. Thank you so much for coming through. The book of Acts of the Apostles. Yeah, somebody has never read the book of Acts, but he wants acts of service. And on that matter of the Bible, or scriptures, basically, let's just call them scriptures, books of the scripture. A lot of people read books of scriptures and then get an identity from those books. But have you ever realized that when you're reading this scripture, these books that you call books of scriptures, as you're reading them in your head, you are not understanding anything because you're actually interpreting that scripture through a voice of somebody who taught you the same scripture. For example, for those of you who don't understand, when you read the Bible, Christians, when you read the Bible, your interpretation in the head is somebody who actually introduced you to the Bible in Sunday school. So basically, you don't even have your own understanding of the Bible because you're reading it, yes, but the interpretation that is coming out of that in your head is not you. It's a voice from somebody else. So are you really understanding it? If actually you are understanding it from somebody else's perspective, are you really understanding it? Miss Vibes, I see you. I see Chito from Zambia. Celestine is in the building. I also see Tritop. Hey, Tritop. Tritop was what? A soda. What was Tritop? I remember Tritop. Tritop. Yes. Juice, right? Tritop. Yeah? Juicy cola. There's a guy of mine. Let me drop that story. This guy has no identity. This guy will come after my neck. I will report your channels. I'm like, hey, I can't watch a story, guy. Let's Harold Sandado. Let's leave that for for the end. For the climax. Safis in the building. Ramadan Inganga, welcome on board. Agi Kelly, Sarah Vuma, Dean Cheplel, Lilian Ayako, Purity Wamboy. Purity, welcome on board, Daktari. I also see Jay Opande, karibu sana, Daktari. I see Bube Agnes. See Mattis in the building. I see Paul Briomuriwe. Hey, Paul, it's been a minute. It's been a minute, my brother. Mukira is in the building. I see Zion. Queen Nelly, Kariuki Nagi, Nyambura Rose, Leonard Cheruyot, Sarah Natongo from Uganda. Mchara Muganda, Ugambachi. Memory is also in the building. I see Azelia Sakara. I see Ward Abeno. And Mickey is in the building. Ladies and gentlemen, karibuni sana. I know you should have been somewhere taking two for the roads. It's Friday, I mean. Margaret Oyigo, karibu. Olive Matlonato. Hey, Patronella Sedisa. Where? Of late, I've seen a lot of boys stabbing girlfriends, a lot of boys killing girlfriends and all that. Have you seen those stories? Like everywhere, there's a guy killing somebody. It's just crazy, right? Lack of identities. And I tell you this every single time. You know, sometimes, one day you'll realize, actually, let me just say that. One day you'll realize that leave alone health and wellness sport, leave alone that platform. There's so much you've done on that platform. And you fixed a lot of things in that direction in terms of your health. But one day you'll realize that actually most of your problems in terms of inconsistency, in terms of lack of discipline, lack of moral character, all these things are hailing from lack of an identity. You realize that because you can avoid wheat as much as you can. You can avoid sugars as much as you can. However, can you be consistent? Most people have no problem with fasting. However, I know it's a fasting weekend, by the way. If you're not fasting, you're crazy. You are actually crazy. You need to actually change your routes. So most people have no problem with fasting. But a lot of people will start thinking about breaking a fast. Immediately they start fasting. Somebody is asking me already today, how will they break a fast on Sunday? Can you imagine that? Is this somebody who is going to finish this fast? Yeah, this one, you want this person to finish this fast. Whether it's a religious fast or whatever, you're already asking how to break the fast. Daktari, which is the best way to break the fast? I'm like, today is Friday. I am not Daktari. I am Uncle Chile. Please relax. Kinyaju is in the building. I see you. Clinton McCory. Welcome. Prick is in the building. Karibuni nyinyi wote. You should have been somewhere else because there are bans all over nowadays. Actually, Fridays is a crazy one. People who live in Nairobi know this better. Fridays are crazy. Noisy chaos everywhere. Thika Road at around 2 a.m. Everybody is racing on the road. Everybody is coming back. They are drunk, driving like crazy. Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, just crazy. Crazy everywhere, chaos everywhere. And you need to stay off from chaos. Because the more you entertain those chaos, the more you become. You will pick identities from these things. I used to be that direction also. I used to live that life. I live for Friday. Oh, we would score so much. We would sell cancer vials, the anti-cancer medication vials. And in a weekend, you have about 23,000 shillings. For no good reason. Sasa mimi niko na 23,000 kwa mfuko bila kazi. Hata nikaamua nipige kladi. About 10,000 or 15,000. I still have about 13,000. Where am I going to take all this money? Of course, now you know where JD came in. So now Jack Daniels became my friend. Now I have to buy this alcohol to actually seek validation. Because I realized the moment I dropped alcohol, I lost all friends. All of them. I lost all friends. And I lost them so drastically. Like it was so instant. I really started wondering, did I even have, was this guy my friend? That's why I told you, those people that you call your friends, they're not your friends. They're there because there's something you can offer them. There's something they're sucking from you. The moment that thing disappears, some of you have professional friends. Right now, because of your job, you have friends now. You think you're friends. It's your thoughts. These people, when you leave, when you go and leave, these people are sitting back. They are gossiping about you like crazy. You're actually content for them. The same people that you call your friends. Yeah, you have secrets for them. That kajama, that girl that you're telling stories about your boyfriend, she's secretly texting your boyfriend. You're telling these people who are single about your husband, how marriage is difficult. These single women want to be in a marriage and you're telling them the difficulties in that marriage. They want to experience that. Your husband is gone. And actually in Nairobi, not even in Nairobi, all over the country and all over the world, people are suffering from the same problems. Most marriages are maintained by the side chicks. Muslims got this one right. They said, you know what, if one is not enough, bring another one. Bring another one. So that your sexual urges go down. It's all about that. Trust me. Bring the sexual urges down. So if you cannot handle one, please. Christians. These are things went south. So Christians are there, you're married to this one person, you know very well that you have two side chicks out here. Everywhere you go for a seminar, there is a side chick. Everywhere you drive to, there is a side chick. Now you have some two chums. You're always parking outside KMTC. We know you people. We know you. Eh? When I got money on internship, I used to get 10,000 shillings at the end of the month. And then I pay rent, and then I'm back to brokenness, you know. So the cycle was all over. Pay some rent here, and then buy some meat, fill up the gas, make that commit, and enjoy that commit. Plus, there was some alcohol those days. It was called Legend. How many of you know Legend? The brandy. Aye. Hey. I think that is one of the things that one of the liquors that you take today and you'll have a hangover for over 3 days. I'm like, aye, the headache the following day. Brandy. So now you have paid some rent. So the old Muse, Bishop has sent something, like 10,000 there. You know, 10,000 is a lot of money. So now I have to pay a rent for 5 Gs. I fill up my gas there, about 1,000 bob. And then I buy a quarter meat or something. So it was new. When the gas is filled, it has to make some meat, you know. I have to make some quarter meat plus sukuma. Plus there were eggs that were called broken eggs. The broken. They were sold very cheap. So you would go to a lorry that sells these eggs and you ask for broken eggs. At 6 in the morning, don't be late because people will take all those eggs. So the broken eggs. So now you have kasukuma with broken eggs imechanganywa with your quarter meat pale and some ugali. You guys don't know life. Hamjui maisha. Now you've made that camel. Of course, this camel has to go there, and then you slap that camel. On top of it, you have to put on some brandy. And the only brandy, those days they were just, I think, what is it, Legend, and there was another one called Miakan. Miakin's actually killed my friend. This guy went dry. This guy, gone. Napoleon. We used to call it Naps. Napoleon. You guys know those alcohols. Don't pretend like you are so holy here. It's not Sunday. It's Friday. So we slap with the brandy. The following day, the headaches, my friend. So I graduated from the brandy now to the whiskeys. There was one called 8 p.m. And then from 8 p.m. we went to something called Imperial Blue or something. Then from there we graduated to Jack Daniels. Yeah. Jack Daniels, sometimes ka Black Label here, sometimes ka Jameson, but Jack Daniels was the order of Friday up to man. So I would leave K&H with a lot of with some good money. Come to town, buy some 2 Jack Daniels with a 4 liter of Coca-Cola. Go to Thika, because I used to live in Thika. Where? What was Thika? Thika. Go to Thika. There's a club called Pokies, and there's another one called Blend somewhere. I don't know if they're still there. So, and then I passed somewhere opposite Safaricom at Thika. Opposite there's a place there, a joint that makes very, very good deep fried chicken. Of course, very good those days. Deep fried chicken plus some chips and 2 sausages plus some eggs. Take them home for the weekend. But let's go back to the Kagas thing. So now you've made your food there. And now you invite to Chile's. You know, KMTC wewe. Mwache tu nikae. So when you start getting good money, you can afford some things. I think problems start there because all of us are always running from poverty. You know, we are always running from poverty. So every single thing that happened to you when you were growing up, that time that you ate 1 chapati, possibly twice a year, you drank soda during weddings and occasions, and it was very rare. So all these things, we were actually trying to compensate when we get the money. And actually right now, the reason why you are so addicted to chapati, the reason why you have all these problems, is because you're running away from yourself, and you end up attracting yourself. It's so hard to run away from yourself. When you're running away from the past, you will always drag the past with you. Because whatever you're running away from, you'll attract it. So you'll always attract your past. So yes, we are running away from poverty, but we end up becoming more poor. Why? Because of the cycle that actually we are always in. That's why we need to fix our identities. So anyway, so all these things were happening. And now I went to internship. Of course, they hold your salary for about 4 months. And then the 4th month is a boom. Hey! You guys don't understand. a medical student, a medical intern, a pharmacy intern, maybe a nursing intern, but nurses, yeah, nurses, pharmacists, and MOs. My friend, they get this thing called a boom. Yeah? Do you guys know what a boom is? A boom. You are used to getting 10,000 shillings per month. Budget that 10,000. And then go broke again and wait for another month for that. Now, there's money in your account. Even the notification alone on your on your phone, in your pocket, you will feel the phone is heavy. That notification is not the same as dear customer. It is not the same. So you get this kind of notification, you look at the phone, you're like, is this my money? Now, the devil is wise, because in your thoughts, you will have 1,000 ideas of what to do with this money. I mean, it's just like poverty has just left you once. Now I have 1,000 ideas. I'm thinking of all these girls who broke my heart. These girls who stepped on my heart. I'm just like, Nyinyi. Well, hey, there's a song Eminem sang, No Love. And then there was a place he was saying, mercy mark my words. I'm telling you, we would sing along that mercy part. Hey, mercy mark my words. Hey, mercy marked our words. Hey, we're mercy. Anyway, human beings don't have love. We don't have love. So why do you even think you love people when you don't even have love? Where did you get your love from? Now that you can share the love, where did you get the love from? Hey, mercy should mark your words. Hey, to all mercies in the building. Amazing. Amazing. So, we don't have love. So as much as we are saying that this life is about love, I will tell you this for free. Until the day that you start fixing yourself and overcome anger, you don't have love. So stop telling your boyfriend or your husband that you love them. You don't. Because if you actually loved them, you wouldn't tell them. You wouldn't. If you love them, you would be willing to let them go. But look at you. When you're left, hey, you're so complaining all over. Hey, you're crying on TikTok live. You put a whole video crying to us that you've been left, and then you're threatening us, who are not part of your relationship. You are threatening us how you'll take poison. We are like, hey, my friend, we will cheer you up. Poison? Which one do you want? I know a friend who supplies it. Which one do you want? And then you want us to actually feel for you that you're so depressed and all that. We are not. We have so many things to do in terms of fixing ourselves than worrying about you taking poison. I mean, we are coming. It's a better place actually. You need to actually hurry to go to that better place. All right? Because here you are unable to handle here. Please, go, you will be received that side. Make it quick. So when you sit in a corner and you tell us you're depressed, please, you are as useless as it comes. Imagine in that corner you're saying you're depressed. What is depressing you? Look at the things that depress you. Lack of a job. Seriously, in this era, you are complaining about lack of a job. How? But you are so quick on TikTok to complain on TikTok. So you have internet. You have at least a phone. But you're complaining of no jobs. So you want to be employed. What type of mindset is that? So we went to school to actually create employment. Now we are here with khaki letters, khaki bahashas in our armpits looking for employment. What type of mindset is that? Oh, there was a time being employed by the government was something. Nowadays, your county government holds your salary for 3 months. By the time that salary is coming in, you're already in debt. How many members who are working for public service in counties are always broke, Monday to Monday? This is somebody who actually earns a very good salary, but always broke. What happened? What happened? Are you living beyond your means? Are you? So I'm telling you, as much as you think you have love, it is just a thought in your head. And that thought is actually a thrill. You're chasing a thrill. Look at it this way. How many people have you loved so far? Yeah? You have love. How many people have you loved so far? They disappoint you, you think it's the end of the world, because now you got this guy who was in a club, you started the clubbing life, and this happens mostly to ladies. You get a man, you adapt to a man who goes to the club, you become this girl who drinks and all that, and then this guy drops you just once, and then you find this after 2 months or so, you've cried your heart out, you've put on the status, and the more you put on the status, the more we come, because we know you're a wounded lion. Now we come after you. Oh, we will tell you how We'll tell you how that man did not deserve you. And then you start relating with us. Oh, because you're good at lying. I actually knew this guy did not deserve you. And when you hear this guy did not deserve you, you're thinking, oh, so I deserve better. Yes, of course you deserve better. I mean, a princess like you, how can he treat you like that? And now the stupid you will start telling us his weaknesses. You start telling us the weaknesses of your boyfriend, your ex-boyfriend. And we are tapping into those weaknesses and creating a false identity around those weaknesses. So now we are just doing the opposite. Now I'm telling you, he was a 1 minute man. Yeah. How can he be 1 minute with a princess like you? 1 minute? You mean just one? At least I can manage 4 minutes. Just 4 for this princess. 3 for you, 1 for me. Princess. Where? And then you come here, you lean here, a shoulder to lean on. Because now I've acted the opposite to the one who has just broken your heart. Now because you're still confused and you just want somebody to make you feel good, and I'm here with my Jack Daniels. I give you 2 shots, and then your knees are very weak. When your knees are weak, I'm like, Then I confirm, and then so the same guy, just a different body and a different acting role. I've been given a role to act. You actually gave me the role. This is why I always tell you, ladies, if somebody asks you, what are you looking for in a man? That's a very tricky question for you. It's a very tricky question. So when you just answer, I'm looking for a financially stable man, blah, blah, blah. This guy is broke, and you're telling him you want a financially stable man. This guy becomes that financially stable man instant. Oh, he will do Forex. He will tell you how he is actually a Forex trader. He will hire those cars. He will rather hire those cars to just earn that status of a financially stable man. Just because you said that. The moment this guy strikes that stuff, the moment this guy earns the organ, this guy becomes the most broke guy you've ever met. All of a sudden, now you start telling him, hey, you changed. He did not change. He did not change. He's the same person. He just acted a role that you actually assigned him. So you assign us roles, and then when we play those roles perfectly, and then we go back to being ourselves, you're like, yes, you may change. Squeeze your attention. Squeeze your uonge. I'm like, through you, you're nagging. When you hear that, you're like, I'm sorry. I know, I got you where I wanted you to be. Problems start. So stop looking for love from people, because people human beings have no love to give you. They don't. If they're giving you love, it's coming from their thoughts. So it's an imagination in their heads. It's actually a movie in their heads, and they're expecting something from you. If you love people, you are willing to let them go. You don't expect anything from them. Most of you, when you take somebody, I love you, you want them to say, I love you too, so that you feel good. So you want to feel good. And if you realize, if somebody makes you feel some type of way, somebody or something makes you feel some type of way, nobody and nothing is supposed to make you feel any type of way. But if somebody makes you feel good, if somebody gets you angry, if somebody makes you feel this type of way, somebody makes you feel special, you actually chose the wrong one again. You are in for surprise. It's just, your fire is just burning. Just waiting to put your legs there, and then whips are coming in. So you're supposed to be so adequate on your own, so adequate that nothing and no one can make you feel some type of way. Because you imagine this. How can you expect love from somebody who doesn't even have it? That shows you don't even have an identity. Yourself, you don't even have an identity. And where do we get an identity? We get an identity from the satisfaction that comes with a father figure. Father figure. Fathers are the one who impart identities in children, because they are the earthly representation of God to the children. And when I say fathers, I don't say stepfathers. A stepfather is not a father. The biological father is the father. How many stepchildren have actually killed their fathers, the stepfathers? You've seen it all over, right? A lot of stepsons are killing their alleged fathers. Why? Because they sense the lack of attention from their mothers. Because these sons don't have an identity, because they don't have biological fathers. So you stepped in. That's why you're called a stepfather. You're not a father, you just stepped in. So when you stepped in, you actually changed the idea of this woman. You changed the attention that this woman was actually giving to the children. Now the attention has to be divided between the children and you. Children sense that energy and they really don't like it. Realize that these children didn't have an identity in the first place, so they have anger. Right? Because when you don't have an identity, you don't have love, you have anger. All you have is anger. You're only waiting for a chance to exercise that anger. So imagine this, you're coming in as a stepfather, you are hoping that you're going to play this role as a father successfully. These children don't care about that. They don't. Because nobody cares about human beings. Nobody cares about anybody. Now that they don't have love, they don't care about that. All they care about is the attention that was coming from their mothers. Now you are coming in, you step in. Well done, you stepped in. That's a good thing. You guys have fallen in love, a false identity. Now you've fallen in love, and then you've actually caused the woman to divide attention between you and the children. Tension starts building up in these sons. These sons resent you so badly, and when they resent you, they can do anything because they have anger. And a heart that has anger is willing to destroy anything, and you will be destroyed. You will be destroyed. Now I know this will not go well with most people, but again, I mean, if you can't, if I make you feel some type of way, the problem is you, not me. The problem is you. Okay? So, identity comes in from restating the order, spiritual order of life, that God above men, men above women, women above children. Distort that order, your children will suffer, you as a person will suffer. The consequences are dire. Men above, God above men, men above women, women above children. Now, this order is distorted in some form of way nowadays. Mostly, you will see when a woman is told that her role is to submit to a man and respect a man, most women will think that this being control, this control. No, a man cannot control me. They say that. However, the same women will tell the man that I don't like when you do this. And then that is not supposed to be interpreted as control. It is. So all of us are always willing to control something because we don't have an identity. So we are thinking, if we control these people, we're going to feel some type of way. You see? We are seeking control, and then we are seeking the thrill of feeling good. We control them, now we resent them. Because women think they want attention from men until they get that attention. Once you give them that attention, they don't want you. They want somebody else who doesn't give them attention. Men, be very careful. As she's lying to you that she wants your attention and all that, she wants you to actually drift from your job and give her some time. She's lying to you because she doesn't even understand what she wants. She says that when she came and joined your life because she saw the ambition, the security that comes with the man. So she saw the ambition and joined that ambition. She decided, you know what, I can actually put aside mine and just join this man's ambition because it makes sense. Now, when she joined the ambition, and then she started telling you, oh, you know what, sometimes you spend too much time at work, you don't give me attention and all that. And now you, as the weak male that you are, you decided, you know what, maybe I have to create some time from work and give her the attention she needs. Did you know that that attention will never be enough? Because she's empty from inside. That's why she needs your attention. She's empty. So imagine she's empty and you're thinking that you, changing your direction of your ambition towards her, giving her now, paying attention to her, and men can only pay attention to one thing. If they're paying attention to their career, the better. If they're paying attention to the woman, their career suffers. You see that? So now you've drifted from that ambition that she actually saw and bought the idea of that ambition. Now you've placed all your attention to her. And now your career is suffering. Now she starts seeing you've lost the ambition. There's no sight in this relationship. She will press next so fast. And the moment she presses next, it's done. They will never regret. The only time she will regret is when you become so good at what you're doing. So good. You become so rich, you become so famous, you become something else. Yani, her dream man now. That's the only time she think, by there I lost somebody. But trust me, these people, when they press next, they didn't press next that moment in time. They've actually studied your character all through. They manipulated you, you believed them, you became them, and then now they resent you because you're just another woman here. So therefore your role is to focus on your goal. Realize this. A relationship or a marriage is an institution of a man. So therefore man is the one who has the love. That's why I'm telling you, that order has to be retained. Because love comes from God to the man, man to the woman, woman to the children. That is the order of love. There is no other way around. Children cannot love their father. They can't. Where did they get the love from? They get the love from the fathers. So how can they love the father who is giving them the love? How can a woman love you when she's expecting love from you? When she's actually hoping that you will actually pour love to her so that she can love your children the right way? So you are seeking love from a woman. And I told you, the moment a woman tells you she loves you, you are her son. Because women can only love their children. So you become the son. Now she resents you because she's thinking she's dating a very, very young guy. That's why the more you chase her, the more she runs away. So you think you give her attention, now the more you chase her, the more she's running away from you. And the moment you withdraw the attention, she's coming back. You see that? So your attention is supposed to be on your purpose. You build that purpose. If any case, the more you build that purpose, the more safe she becomes, because she is not interested in you as a man. No, a woman is not interested in you as a man. She's interested in the security that comes with you. What is the security here? Is it not your ambition? Boys and men in the building, is it not your ambition? That is the security that she's interested in. So imagine she can leave her attention, she can leave what she's doing to actually join that ambition, because it makes sense. She knows here, I'll be safe and my children and the generations shall be safe here. But look at the stupid you. Dropping that ambition that she came in for and now paying attention to her. Now there's no ambition here. Now she feels threatened because there's no security. And you wonder how she left you. Huh? You wonder how she left you. So if you're thinking she's coming here because she loves you, think twice. Actually, blink twice. We will come and rescue you. Why? Because your role, your focus should not be the woman. Your focus should be whatever you are chasing in life in terms of ambition. And if any case, stop chasing the ambition. Just make sure you work on yourself and then attract things. The rule of attraction. Just attract things. They will come. But look at you creating excuses every day. Oh, I'm chasing the bag. Oh, I'm chasing the bag. You've chased that bag for how long again? So why don't you fix your identity so that you stop chasing things, you attract things? Because you'll attract who you are. You'll attract who you are. So even the woman that you've actually attracted is exactly a woman who is just the exact image of who you are. She has no identity just like you. She's angry just like you. She's insecure just like you. You will always attract who you are. And she's actually an exact image of your mother, because most men have their mothers in their hearts. We hate our mothers so bad because they remodel us into their own image. We became women. We don't like that. But we don't even know we resent our mothers. So when somebody tells you resent your mother, you're like, I love my mother to death. By the time you're telling me you love your mother, I'm thinking, why would you tell me? If you love her, I will simply see. You don't have to tell me. So you don't have to prove a point. And by the time you are reacting to it, it means you're actually empty, you're angry. So that tells me, if there's anger in children, that tells me that the spiritual order of life is distorted. So therefore, having anger is abnormal. If you have anger on my platforms, you are abnormal. Very abnormal, because you lack an identity. Where is your father? And most of us have suffered that fate. That yes, we had fathers, but our fathers were weak. They didn't even know how to deal with our mothers, because they attracted their mothers. Now they didn't know how to deal with our mothers. And we ended up getting messed up through that, because when a man is weak or absent, the woman will turn to remodel children into her own image. Why? Because she thinks that this one is an insecure one, this one is an indecisive one. There's no security. So what do? I cannot allow his qualities to be in my children. So then she starts remodeling children into her own image. And through that, she turns these children against their biological fathers. That is how we adapted anger. That's how you became who you are right now. That's why you're angry. But you don't know. This story cannot make sense to you. But if I tell you, where do you think anger came from? You start telling me, oh, you know what, anger is nature of humans. Oh, you know, even Jesus became angry and whipped people in the church. I'm just looking at you, I'm saying, where? Who taught you that? Because it's not your idea. It's not your idea. Any questions? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board once again. And you fake it for just 3 months, and after you do the same as the old guy. Exactly. We're always doing that. It's just a cycle. Look, ladies and men here. Look at your previous relationships. You will have somebody, you'll actually see somebody today and she's your type. Like literally, this one is my type and I am not leaving this one for any reason. And then, you chase her, she becomes your woman or he becomes your man. You show him all the signs, he falls for the signs, he becomes your man or your male. And then you guys date for 2 months and you've broken up already. In those 2 months, there's nothing you've not done. Okay? In these 2 months, you've had sex literally everywhere. On the balconies of clubs, on the rooftops, wherever you have, you've done literally everything that was a fantasy in your head. Because the moment they start, by the way, ladies, you see how men behave. Men will always see you sexually before they think about anything else. So a man will see you sexually. That's why. Listen. Whatever you do with that information is up to you. Every man will see you sexually before he sees you in any other way. Every man will see you sexually before he sees you in any other way. So stop telling men that, I know you want sex. They do. Now you know they do. Eh? So why are you telling them what they already know they want? Because when you say that, he will play the camouflage game. He'll say, no, if I want sex, I'll get it anywhere. I have had all these things everywhere. So, so he will play that card. And he knows if he plays that card right, you will trust him. And guess what he will do? He will give you some flowers, some chocolate, some good time here and there, and then you will reward him with the same thing that you're telling him. I know you are here for this thing. Now you'll reward. Oh, the moment you reward, yeah. And that reward can actually come in so fast. Within 2 weeks, you've already given the reward. Like this guy has made you feel so different in 2 weeks. You decided, I've been hurt 13 times in a row. But this one cannot. This one wants me. How do you know even this guy wants you when you don't have an identity? How would you even know? You're basically falling for the lie. And this guy, and then the second time, now chaos starts. Because, and most of you, there was a time, hey, should I say this? Quite embarrassing, right? But anyway, so there was a time I got this lady. She was a little bit older than me. Back then, I think 2014 or so. So we vibed and all that. And of course, I was a good liar. Hey, Bina Wongo. I would lie while looking straight into your eyes like Alejandro. I can even pull your hair as I'm looking straight into your eyes and I'm telling you this super lie. And it looks like because I don't know what happens with ladies when somebody looks into your eyes. You're like, this guy is true. This guy is true. He looked straight into my eyes. He cannot be lying. So then, I'm trying to woo this girl with my lies. And then this girl, out of nowhere, she just tells me, let us pray for this relationship. Let us do it. Okay, all right, let's pray. So who will pray? Because I don't know how to pray. Who will pray? So we hold hands, and then we close our eyes, and then we talk to the devil. Father Devil, we pray that this relationship lasts longer than the previous ones. This is the best that I've ever had in the last 2 weeks. Please, bless us with the spirit of evil, so that if we break up, we become so angry at each other. We were holding hands, looking straight into each other, then we close the eyes. Now we did a silent prayer. Let's pray for the relationship. In my head, I'm thinking, which relationship, by the way? So we have a relationship now. Okay, let's pray. Hey. Iliisha hata kabla tupumue. So sometimes when you're praying from your thoughts. You're just trying to pray that God gives you something that is totally the opposite of what you've actually had in your past. That's what you people do. Every time you're praying for somebody to be an opposite of what you've actually had. So you're not actually looking for a man. You're not searching for a good man, no. You're looking for somebody who is the opposite of your exes. So you don't care if he has any qualities or any values, no. You just want the opposite of your exes. Your previous relationships, they hurt you so bad. So now you just want somebody who will actually play an opposite role. And of course, every male is so good at playing that role. Underline the word male. And where is she-dog? Power, I don't even know. I would like to see her. I just pray now. That we actually ask God in the prayer now, what happened? Because I also can't know what happened within about a month or so. And we are like, now we are back to being single again. Now we resent each other. Now we are angry. She's saying very mean things. I'm like, but this one is the one who prayed. I'm also saying very mean things because all of us are chasing a thrill. We just want to feel better and all that. And then, and then of course, when you argue And then there's this thing that you people call the makeup sex. When you argue now, the makeup sex becomes so explosive because all of you are just deficient, or your hormones are so imbalanced. So you're thinking anger will actually balance those hormones. Now you're there destroying each other's organs like crazy just because that you got angry. Now you're having makeup sex. After the makeup sex, and then you ask each other, who are we? But babe, I know my position, but allow me to ask you this question: who are we? Hey, the question that most men tremble. Who are we? We are who we are. We are who we are. And who are we? You don't know who you are to me? So you're actually asking me to give you another good lie. Because ideally, you attract who you are. So stop asking me who are we. I mean, I'm thinking I am you. So who are we? I am you. Are you me? You get the confusion. So some of these questions that you people ask, it's okay. You want the security, but you can easily sense the form of the security in this man when you fix yourself. You cannot dictate for a guy who is secure. You cannot dictate for a guy who is spiritually upright. You cannot dictate for anything from a guy when you have not fixed yourself. When did you start paying attention to the world that is outside you and not inside you? That is lack of love. You don't have love. So you're not ready for anything. You're not ready for anything. You're paying attention to a man instead of paying attention to yourself. Fix yourself so that you attract a man who is exactly an image of you. You attract who you are. The moment you sense that, he's a wrap. But you don't want to hear that, right? Because you think it's so hard to fix yourself, but you want somebody to come in and fix you. Who will fix you? We also ask, do you love me? Listen to that statement. Do you love me? Do you think a man will say, I don't? Please, some of these questions are crazy, okay? Do you think a man will say, I don't love you, before you just give that stuff? Imagine that moment when you're having that conversation. You just want, possibly in your heart or in your small mind, you want to give the organ, right? And then you're not sure about this guy because this guy looks so busy for you. This guy looks like all women are flocking on him, and you don't know if he's the right guy. You don't know if he's here to stay or leave. But you're thinking, if I give this organ, he will stay. But if I don't give, he might end up leaving. So you decide, let me just ask before I give him the cookie. So you ask the guy, do you love me? You're waiting for the true answer. Just be honest with me. I understand. I can handle it. I'm grown enough to handle that. Are you sure you love me? Where? When that question pops into your head, take a glass of water and never ask any question of that sort. Because the answer that is coming in, oh, you've never seen the devil at his A game. Oh, the devil is at the peak. If any case, the devil in your head is the one that actually told you to ask that question so that you get a thrill from the answer. Or you get angry from the answer. So you want a man to tell you something so that you react. Because the reaction is actually lack of an identity. Now, the guy that you're asking that question also has no identity. So this guy, the devil also tells him what to tell you. So basically, the devil is trying to just fight in your bodies. Tells you to ask this question, and then tells you to expect this type of answer. Look at that evil nature. So the devil feeds you the lie, gives you the question to ask, and he tells you, if you ask this question, you'll know if you can actually give the organ. And then the same devil tells you what to expect. If he answers this, give it. If he doesn't answer this one is not a man for you. The same spirit that told you to ask the question. The only challenge is the same spirit is also asking in that guy that you're asking the same question. He's telling him, oh, tell her this because you guys have to have the sex. You have to. You must. So please tell him this and make sure that the voice is very deep and talk slowly. Don't talk like Uncle Chile who shouts and go slow. Make it deep. And because at that moment in time she's shy, look straight into her eyes. Look straight into her eyes. At least the confidence. See, the lights are off. So you can actually stare into her eyes in the darkness, right? Gain the confidence in the darkness. But then, do you know why men chase women so much in the dark? Let's go. Allow me to advertise my platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, Health and Wellness Sport is a very, very important channel. You need to join that platform on YouTube. Also on TikTok, you can follow us. On Facebook, please follow us. 101,000 people on Facebook. That was amazing. Thank you so much, my people on Facebook, for making it happen. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. On YouTube, we have 2 platforms. If you're on YouTube right now, you know we are not on Health and Wellness Pod. These lives on Friday, they happen on Uncle Chile platform. Number 2, our physical consultations in Nairobi shall start on the 30th of this month. Or is it 30th? Let me just confirm that. Yes, so we'll be in Nairobi from the 30th of September all the way to the 9th. No, to the 10th of October. So if you'd like to have a conversation with us or a consultation with us, we will start our physical consultation. We are always in Nairobi the last week and the first week of the month. So we'll be there on 30th all the way to the 10th of October. And the contact you can actually send or book an appointment through is 0707 07 47 22. 0707 07 47 22. That is our office contact. You can send a WhatsApp message through that contact and you shall be booked in. If you also wish to have an online consultation with us, you can use the same contact to make your bookings. All right, so we can have interactions with you, both for identities and for health stuff. You know how we do it. Yeah, so join us with that. We also run weight loss programs every month. So every month we do a weight loss program. We alternate the 3-month programs with the 2-month program. This month we started the 3-month program. So next month, of course, it shall be a 2-month program. All right. So next month shall be a 2-month program. So if you wish to join those programs and learn something about health, and secondary to that you get to lose weight, welcome on board. All right. Then there's something that is coming up, of course. Should we call it a retreat or something? But it's kind of, what did we say?
Expedition.
Oh, an expedition. So there's an expedition that's coming on, and my team is actually working on it, and we shall communicate. But however, this is the point. On 1st and on 2nd of November, Health and Wellness Sport is organizing a hike plus a camp in Longonot. I think I'll put up the posters from tomorrow so that you can actually read and see what is actually expected from you. So we are having that. We'll have a 2 days camp, and in those 2 days we'll have a hike on Mount Longonot. We'll have also a bonfire. We'll have the Zumba dances. We'll have health talks there, and then meat. Of course, we'll eat roasted meat and eggs. Of course, the healthy foods that we eat here all the time. And then the following day we'll have a rest at night, and then the following day we'll wake up and go for a nature walk. Basically walking the bare feet and all that, and then we sit down to have a conversation about identities, and of course talks on identities shall happen there. We'll address some issues of people who will actually want us to address things. I'll be there, of course, and that will be amazing. So welcome on board. Of course, I will communicate about the fee to be paid for that, so you can join in and become part of that generation. We can interact, get to know each other, expand our boundaries, become better people as a team, also as individuals, and also help you fix an identity so that you can actually know how to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Also, we can address your health issues there. So join in and let's see how it goes, right? So from tomorrow, I'll be putting out posters for that so that you get to understand that. And I think that will be an initial step for us to start doing this at least quarterly, so that we can actually organize hikes, camps, and all that, so that people come in, we interact, we expand our boundaries, as we also think about the tours that are going to happen all over the country if God gives us the grace. So let's pray for that issue, and don't pray from the mind, pray from the thoughts. Just do a silent prayer, everything will happen, okay? Yes. So thank you for that. And yeah, basically that's it. So you can use the same contact 0707 07 47 22 to actually do inquiries and make inquiries about that camp, the physical consultations, the online consultations, the weight loss programs, and all that. But I'll make sure that on my Telegram platform is Health and Wellness Sport. So on my Telegram, on my YouTube, when I'll be doing lives, because we have another live next week on Monday and Friday, I'll do that if God gives me the grace. I'll do it on Facebook so that you get that and you start booking your slots, and then let's see how it goes there. Right? It shall be amazing, amazing. So it has come to my realization also that there are a lot of people. Oh, before I even forget, we also have merchandise that we do sell. We have these mugs, the coffee mugs, we have water bottles, we have hoods, we have t-shirts, branded t-shirts that you can actually call Brian Omwenga, or you can actually pay a visit to Brian Omwenga at Imenti House, the 2nd floor, shop number 60. There's a gentleman there called Brian Omwenga who can actually serve you right in terms of these things. So go there and support the channel. Fermented cabbages, coffee, roasted coffee for brewing. We also have activated charcoal. We have water bottles. We have mugs. We have hoods. We have t-shirts. We have sweatshirts and all that. All right. So it shall be amazing for you to rock our t-shirts and our hoodies in this cold season. So we thank you for that. Uncle Chile, you have a question on Facebook. Let's see. How can one restore the order in the children when the husband dies? Amazing question. Mwene Kambobi Miles. That's a very good question. How can you restore the order when the father of the children is actually dead? How do you? I've taught you people. How do you restore that order? I think this has to be an interaction session so that I can actually see how far we are in terms of this. I told you this identity platform is going to become the biggest thing, but you people don't understand. You will one day. Okay? Good. So how can one restore the order in the children when the husband is dead or when the husband dies? And this is the point. The point is an identity of a child comes from the biological father, because this is what I want you to understand, that there is always a spiritual order of life, that God above men, men above women, women above children, right? And that is how love flows. So love flows from God to the man, man to the woman, woman to the children, which tells you if the man does not know God, or the man is weak, or the man has never found his identity from his parents, he doesn't have that connection of God, so he doesn't have love. So he cannot share love with the woman, and the woman cannot share love with the children. So these children don't have love. And when you don't have love, you've basically adapted anger. When the man is also absent, that means there's no love in that platform. So there's no love, the children suffer. See that? So women suffer and then the children suffer, because when a woman is suffering under a man who is weak and doesn't have love, the woman will naturally try to control the children and just remodel them into her own image. And through that, she teaches these children how to be angry, how to have emotions and all that. It is the role of the man to protect the children from being remodeled into the woman's nature. But because the man is weak, did not know how to actually deal and be truthful with the woman, he allowed the woman to remodel his children into her own image. And that is the problem. That's how we adapted anger. So for you to restore that order, one, there must be a father. If there's no father, the only thing you have to do as a child, let's say it's me, and my dad was weak, and my mother was angry, and my mother ended up remodeling me into her own image, which has actually happened to most people, if not all. So what I do is, for me to find my own identity, I have to face my mother to overcome that remodeling, because that's the most important part. That's where you lost your identity. Because when she started teaching you things, she dropped you from your own identity into her own identity. Now you have her false identity. So when you go to her and face her, you overcome that identity and you come back to your path. So what do? Children have to go and face their mothers and tell their mothers, you know what, I'm on my path of actually doing something, and I think, or I've realized that along the way I've been resenting you for no good reason. And now that I realize I'm wrong for resenting you, I apologize. Now remember this, that this child, like let's say I'm using me as an example. So remember, I understand that I have anger because I was remodeled into my mother's image, right? And I realized when I was remodeled into my mother's image, I started to resent her. Now that I realize I am wrong for resenting my mother, I have to go and overcome that. I have to go and actually admit that I am wrong for resenting her, because it is not right. God does not want you to resent your parents. God does not even want you to resent anybody. So now that I realize I'm wrong, I have to go and actually apologize for resenting my mother. Why am I apologizing? Because one, I have known that I am wrong. So I'm not going to ask for forgiveness, because human beings cannot forgive. I am going to actually admit that I am wrong for resenting her. That is number one. So God sees that and he takes it out of you. And then number two, I am going to overcome my mother because I am so afraid of her. That's why I resent her. So I cannot be honest and truthful to her because I'm afraid of her. When you're afraid of somebody, you cannot tell them the truth. So because I've realized that I'm actually angry at my mother and I am afraid of her, now I want to overcome that fear, because fear is the nature of evil. So when I go and face her, I admit that I'm wrong, and then I tell her, you know what, I am tired of resenting you and I apologize. And the hardest part is facing her, because we are afraid of our mothers. That's why we think we love them. We will rather avoid telling them the truth, because we are thinking that if we tell them the truth, we will hurt them, we will upset them, they will be emotional, they will play victims. So we want to overcome that victimhood, which we always have. We want to overcome those emotions that we always have. We adapted it from them. So you face your mother, you tell her, I've realized I've been resenting you for no good reason, and I actually apologize. She doesn't have to understand what you mean. She can play a victim if she understands it. She can actually cry her lungs out, no problem. You simply watch. Because the moment you face her and you say that, God takes the fear out of you. God takes the worry, the concern, the false love out of you. The emotions are over. Now, even if she plays a victim there, you will simply see that if she understood the gospel, she will actually be better. You will even not judge her because you know if she knew better, she would have actually raised you in the best way. But she didn't know better, so you cannot even hate her for what she didn't have control over. You wouldn't want your children to resent you for being weak as a man. You wouldn't want your children to resent you for being an angry woman, an angry mother. So then you cannot resent your mothers or your fathers or your parents because you now understand you don't want your children to resent you the same way because that will just flow into that family lineage. That's why you call it generational curse. It's not. It's just a lack of an identity that is being trickled down the generations. So you face your mother, you apologize to her, you overcome her, and then if your father is present, you go and face your father and you tell him, you know what, I also realize that I've been resenting you for your weaknesses. All right? And I apologize. I realize I've been resenting you for your weaknesses. I apologize. I am sorry. Once you say that, it is well with you. Human beings cannot forgive you, so God will see your battles. He will see your struggles. He will help you overcome their identities, their false identities. He'll get the anger and emotions out of you. He'll get the doubt, the fear, the false love, the emotional love out of you. And then he'll fill you with your own identity. And through that, you will see things differently. Above all, you will not rely on what is in your thoughts because when you're actually facing them to overcome them, a part of your thoughts is actually leaving you because you're overcoming their ways of thinking. So you're overcoming your thoughts, which is a lie. The lie is always here. So when you tell them that, you overcome that lie. And then now, you will live in the present. You will never have a future. You'll never have a past. You will always live in the present. Why will you live in the present? Because it is not you who is living. It is God, the Spirit of God, that is now living through you. Remember, this body is just a physical thing. There is a spirit in us. That's what makes sense. So that spirit that lives in us is the one that actually controls us. So most of the things, if not all of the things that you've done, you are not responsible. You are controlled by the spirit of anger. So stop judging yourself. Imagine God has never judged you. So why are you judging yourself for the things that you did in the past, which is not even existent? It is the devil in your thoughts that deceives you so that you stay a victim. He lies to you and then tries to give you solutions. So when you go down on your knees and you start praying for a car or for a good house or for a good husband, the one who rewards you is not God because God is not in your thoughts. You cannot remodel God into your own image. No. So the one who rewards you is the one who has told you to go down on your knees and pray. That is the devil in your head. That is not you. That is the devil in your thoughts. So he tells you go down and pray and you will attract a good car. He will give you that car, but that car will lead you into more problems. More problems. You will hit somebody, you will have to explain. You will do this, you will have sex in that car, you will have to destroy the identity of yourself. You will get into police custodies because of that car. And the devil will always give you these false solutions. Very temporary solutions. You walk out today, you give a police officer some hongo there, you walk out of the hands of the police. Next, you hit somebody, another problem. You pray for God to give you a very good husband or a very understanding wife. The devil gives you exactly that to continue manipulating you because you're praying from your thoughts. So the one who rewards you is your thoughts. So the devil attracts somebody who is that type of person you've been praying for, and then you go down on your knees and say, oh God, thank you so much for this. Kumbe, it's a reward from the devil. And now the moment you guys get married, chaos starts. With the scriptures that you've always read and recited, you ask yourself, why are you still struggling in a marriage? You understand the Bible very well, right? You do. See, you do. You understand the Quran very well. You recite it. You are godly, right? But how are you struggling in that marriage? You want to tell me that you can have God and still have struggles? How are you struggling at your workplace when you prayed so big to get this job and now God, your God, aka the devil, rewarded you with a very good office? Now you sit in that office and all you do is to manipulate other people, and through that manipulation, the same devil manipulates you. He has given you a very, very tough secretary there, a very, very dangerous boss there who is always angry just like you. So there's so much chaos in that office. You have a job, yes. At the end of the month, you are so happy. Today, government officials have been paid. They are so excited. Now, every car is everywhere. They are drinking alcohol everywhere. But on Monday, they are still lonely. They are very lonely. They are broke. They are getting into loans. But they have a job. So how are they struggling or how are they suffering when they thought they've actually upgraded their lives by getting a job? How? You buy a car, you feel so satisfied, you can easily move from one place to another, and then traffic jam is there. Now you're the most angry on the traffic jam. How are you angry when you thought a car is going to change your life and make you happy? Oh, you got the relationship of your choice. This one is the princess of my heart. This one is the milk from our wonderland. The only camel that actually and then this camel here stresses you up all through. How does this camel stress you up when in the beginning it was the most satisfying thing that you've ever had? Imagine this partner that you're choosing now for marriage is the best out of all you've ever had. But the one who actually stresses you up the most is the same partner. How does that happen? Then the devil lies to you through your pastor that every marriage has struggles. There's no relationship that is perfect. So the devil is always lying to you that way so that you continue suffering. And then you two people with all these false identities, you hold hands and go to a pastor or a psychiatrist for counseling. Then you sit there and say all your problems. Imagine a man saying all his problems in the bedroom, telling a psychiatrist, telling a pastor who has more problems because your pastors are very obese. So chances of erectile dysfunction are very high. Now you're bringing your wife to the pastor and the pastor is looking now, he wants to touch her breast as he prays because the word has to go through the breast into her feelings so that she can actually get, she can get pregnant for you. Only to realize after a DNA test, this child is actually the pastor's child. At least this pastor got 1 minute of fame and made your woman pregnant. When will you ever learn? The same people that actually make you happy are the same people that actually upset you. How is that possible? How? That if you get children, these children will be the source of happiness. You will never regret having children. Now you see your children, all of them are drug addicts. And you're wondering, God, why these ones? What, of all the things that I actually prayed for, you just gave me these mongoloids here. Every child of yours is autistic. You're wondering what is happening. Huh? Now you have to blame God for this. What happened to you? That now your children make you feel some type of way. That now your husband makes you feel some type of way. Like people can make you feel some type of way. A simple comment, somebody tells you you are fat, you want them to call you chubby. Because when they call you chubby, the feeling of good, the thrill that you get from that makes you feel so attracted to these people. Oh, he calls me chubby. He's the only one who doesn't call me fat. He respects me. Nobody respects you. Nobody deserves to respect you. You are a very disrespectful person. Why would people respect you? What have you done to be respected? You don't owe the world owes you no understanding. So stop thinking that you're so good that the world owes you understanding. You're not. There's a point that was, when the father is normal and the children are very young, well, it doesn't matter. They have to overcome their mothers. Imagine this, if you're young and your father passes on, that means all your life you'll be remodeled by your mother. So your mother will be teaching you things. So imagine if you're a son, how will your mother teach you how to become a man? She doesn't even know how to become a man. So how would she teach you? That means she'll just make you an emotional male. And these are the people who are actually having this chaos with women out here. They are fighting with women. They are always arguing. They are in prisons. You see that? Because they lacked a father figure. And then they were remodeled into a woman's image, the emotional side. Number two, if your father is absent and you're young, chances of your mother actually getting another man are very high. So that means resentment will actually come in so handy. So if that is your situation, you actually have more work to do. So you must face your mother and overcome her. You must. Oh, you must overcome her because she's the one who remodeled you into her own image. That remodeling is what we call lack of an identity. So you must overcome that. So simply go face your mother and tell her, you know what, I realized along the way, I've been resenting you. And now that I know that, I know if you knew better, you would have done better. But because I know that and it was wrong for me to resent you, I'm really sorry. Once you say that, God takes that out of you, and then God fills you with your own identity back. So the spirit of light and truth shall be your journey. And then now you will only rely on revelations. You live a day as it comes. There will be no fear for tomorrow. You will always live a day as it comes. You will rely on revelations. You will not rely on your thoughts. Because most things that actually stress you are thoughts of the future and thoughts of the past, both of which are not present. You don't even have a future. You don't even have a past. So you are lied to, so that you never become stable. That idea of the future is a Hollywood thing. That idea of the past is the devil's idea, so that you actually never become stable, never appreciate yourself in the present. So when you have a past and you have a future, you don't have an identity. Your real reality is the present. Doc, hii nimeavoid chana mambo ugali bwana. Sasa kwa identity shows tunaongea ugali ya nini sasa? Wewe tuko kwa identity unataka kukula. We are fasting, huko kwa ugali. What is ugali? Ugali with identities. Why? Why ugali on identity shows? Hiyo ngoja health and wellness sport. It's a different show. That shows me you don't have an identity, because we are talking about things that actually can actually fix your ugali problems. And you're thinking about the ugali. What is with ugali? On identity shows. Ugali. Tuvia kwa. Eh? So I've seen yeah. I've seen a lot of people saying they love God and they love God is my personal savior. I love God. Oh, me and God, we have a perfect relationship. And then I ask them a little small questions here, and they get triggered. And then I'm like, so which God do you love? This God that actually gets you triggered so easily. Which is this God that you love? Gets you so triggered so easily. Because when you hear somebody saying they love God, and we hear somebody praying so big about, they're actually expecting something from God. Hello? Anytime you hear anybody telling you they love God, they are actually expecting something from God. And mostly it's through people. So you're pretending you love God because you're hoping that actually now you can actually, you're playing God. That when I tell people I love God, God will reward me with something good. You don't deserve any stuff. You don't deserve anything. God does not give you anything. He has given you everything actually. So why do you want more? Why do you want things that will actually destroy you? By the time you're wanting things, it means you are so empty. Because you can't even appreciate that you actually woke up today. You now want a car. Then an accident. Then what? So you hear them telling you, I love God. Yeah, I just know it's a lie. Oh, me, I love God. They love God. The same people who actually gossiping others in church. The same people who actually looking at other people's wives with all those bad... Ladies will say, I love God. And they will pray and they'll become so holy when they've missed a period. Wait until a lady misses a period. Ovulation lied to them that, you know what, I'm ovulating, I must be late. You've seen those videos of ovulation? That when a lady is ovulating, they can even just jump on anything. Now they jumped on anything, and the anything ejaculated without thinking twice. So it was a wasted scene. This guy ejaculated after 20 seconds, and you're ovulating. And then now... you have missed a period. You were always in church on your knees praying, God, nikiepuka. I am not going, God, I will serve you faithfully. I love you, God. You know I love you. I am your daughter. You are on your knees just because you missed a period. That is you're playing God. You're actually just demanding things from God, but in an indirect way. You think God thinks like you. God is not emotional just like you. He's a spirit. He doesn't even think the way you're thinking. In campuses, we used to pray before an exam. We want to pass that exam, and after the exam, watch your results, they talk. When results are out, who remembers to pray? Oh, we are taking brandies. We are celebrating our efforts. Look at people here, even in primary, in high schools, right? Parents are always on knees. They fast. Mothers fast to pray for their sons to pass exams. And then the same mothers will still send money to buy leakage. They buy leakage for their children in school. And then when this child scores a B, the only B in I think Hobunaka High School, huko Luanda. The only B in the village high school. Look at them carrying these children on the roads, with placards. My son scored an A. But you send money to buy leakage. So did your son get an A? Did your daughter get an A? These are the same daughters who are actually messing up in campus. You enroll them for medicine and they come out cosmetology. You people are so hypocritical. Oh, I see that. I've seen this. I actually asked one of the guys that we work with, bro, why are you celebrating these results when your brother had a phone in an exam room and you're the one who was actually channeling these things to him? This guy is like, si kila mtu aliiba mtihani, si kila mtu aliiba mtihani. I'm like, but no, we are not focusing on everybody. We are focusing on you. You've posted him on all the status everywhere. Everywhere. You're not pretending that this guy was the brightest. He actually worked so hard to get this A. Yet you're the one who was actually sending him this leakage. We are so hypocritical. So we always play God. We act as though we are so good. We have a good and perfect relationship with God when the relationship we have is with the devil, is in our heads. Look at you praying for a job interview. You want that job so badly because that job is going to change the life of your people and you. You go for that interview very early in the morning. 2 months after getting that job, you are the first one to be late. You're always late. Always late, and you're always complaining about the boss, how the boss is tough, how the boss is this. You're even a part of the team that's actually asking for a salary increase. So now it stopped being a job, now you want an increase in salary. So you're thinking an increase in salary will actually give you more satisfaction than getting that job. Who lied to you? Who lied to you? So you fail to appreciate the fact that you have a chance to work and change people's lives. Now you're complaining about salaries. You're complaining about, oh, permanent and pensionable. I want to be employed permanent and pensionably. So what? So what? Why can't you do what you have to do at this moment in time? When you're on a contract, do it. Make it perfect. Who told you deserve a permanent and pensionable job? So when you're going for an interview, you wake up so early, you pray on your knees, and then you put your things in order, you walk to that interview. Oh, let the same people who interviewed you come back 6 months later. They'll even regret, why did you even hire this one? Because when you release your character, oh, you become a beast. The moment you get that job, you're always in clubs. You're the first one to actually drink alcohol after the salary. Did you go down on your knees to get a salary to go and drink alcohol? Where is your identity? Where is your father? Where is your father? Those are the kids who struggle in campus. You wonder how did they qualify to be in a campus. I've had so many friends who I even have friends who actually cleared campus. We cleared together, but they struggle like literally. I have a friend of mine who I actually dragged into an exam room, and I hope one day she comes and says that. I actually dragged her into, this is a person who scored an A, a whole A in Alliance. But comes to second year, biochemistry is becoming so difficult. This guy is like, I'm quitting. I can't do these things. I am quitting. You're quitting. You are quitting. Who brought you here? I thought you had an A. So now you're quitting because of one unit, biochemistry. Where is your identity? Where is your father? Don't deceive yourself. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. So you have no identity. You're suffering because of all these things. So all the things that you're actually asking for from God in that prayer of yours, that prayer, in any case, if nobody taught you how to pray, you will not be praying in that dimension. That's why I don't teach you how to pray. I simply tell you to do the silent prayer. Because through that silent prayer, you overcome your thoughts. You become you. In that silent prayer, you will know who you are as an individual. Because most of you have 3 identities. There's that identity that you show us out here. There's that identity that your family members know. If you're a broke guy, you're so broke, your family members know you're broke. But out here, you're flashing all these cars as a false identity. So there's that identity. Then there's that identity of yourself. Even your parents don't know that. That masturbation addict, that's you. Does your dad know you're a masturbation addict? Does your mother know you are an addict to masturbation? Nowadays, even mothers help their daughters to abort. They even know who will actually do these things for their daughters. Because they want to maintain a certain image in the society. Oh, you know what? I am a good mother. I have raised my daughters until they got married, so they got children in marriages. When you've actually taken your daughters through 2 abortions. You sponsored, courtesy of me. Sponsored by me as the mother. Through the father, because I had to lie to the father to get some money from him so that I can actually send this money to this mother and then does abortion to my daughter. And then you have love. You as a mother, where did you get it from? I love my children. Which children do you love? You don't love anybody. Human beings don't have love until the day that they start fixing the identity stuff. Until they restrain, they bring back the order of life. No way. How can the parent left? How can the parent live with the kid? Please stop calling children kids. Did you know kids are the babies to goats? Kids are the babies to goats. So you're calling your children babies to goats. Are you a goat? Why do you call children kids? These kids. What is kids? Also call them kittens. Call them calves then. They're not kids, they're children. How can the parent live with the children? Okay. I'm thinking this way, that how can a parent help children to fix their identities? Now your children are not your responsibility, they belong to God. You're just a caregiver. Your role is to fix yourself. You don't fix children. So imagine a parent trying to fix a child when the parent is actually messed up. They didn't even go and face their parents to overcome their parents. Now they're thinking they can actually help and save children. You can't save children. You can't. Those children will save themselves, because through suffering they will know God. And God is always revealing himself to people. The truth will always reveal. And if any case, the only better way to fix those children is to actually fix yourself, so that you become so truthful and brutally honest with them. Because a lack of an identity means you are a liar. So you will lie to your children to protect something. That means you'll mess up those children. You'll teach them how to lie. You see that? So the only way to fix your children is to fix you. You are the problem. That's why they are messed up. So why don't you fix you? Fix you. Once you go and apologize to your parents, get your identity from your parents, so that God can reveal to you how to actually help your children. But when you're thinking about how to help you, when you're asking me to tell you how to raise those children, it means I will be controlling your mind. So you'll not be raising those children in the way that God has revealed to you. You'll be doing that through an ego that have actually imparted something in you. Don't do that. So you fix yourself, go get your identity from your mother and your father, overcome them, overcome anger. Once you do that, God will reveal to you, because you'll have a new identity. And God reveals things through an identity. So God will reveal to you how to raise your children and how to actually treat them, so that you don't remodel them into your own image. How beautiful is that? About this identity thing, what if the parent just gave birth to you but never, but never been part of your, I don't know what this means. I wish most of you will actually request to be a guest instead of typing. I am Hamdi. About this identity thing, what if the parent just gave birth to you but never did what? But never been part of your what? Listen, I don't know what that means, but if I don't want to interpret how you mean. But let me just use my words to actually make a point clear. Nobody owes you anything. Whether you're a child, whether you're born an orphan, whether you lived in a hostage somewhere, whether you lived where there's so much war, the world owes you no understanding. So you can't play a victim all the time when you are now knowing the truth. Imagine you're on this live, you already have the information, but you're still playing a victim. Imagine that. That, you know what, I was born in an orphanage. Oh, you know what, I was born and then thrown on the road. I was picked by, I don't know which parents, and they took me to an orphanage. You know, I was born in prison. You know, who cares? You think we care about you being born in prison? That's your own journey. If any case, that being born in prison was actually very right, because it actually was protecting you from something. So be glad. Now you don't have a past, you don't have a future, but you have the information in this present. Why don't you use the information to get better? So stop playing a victim. What if? What about? What if? Playing a victim. Drop that victimhood. And the only way to drop that victimhood is to go and face your guardian or your parent. Whoever raised you, you go and overcome them. If they know your parents, tell them to tell you where their parents are. If they don't, overcome them by apologizing to them for raising you to become an angry person, to become a victim. Once you do that, you're good to go. God shall reveal things to you on how to live your life. Development stage, but instead raised by your grandparents. There is nothing like developmental stages. Leave alone psychology. Leave alone intellect. This is common sense, pure common sense. And common sense is actually godly. Intellect is evil. So when you start adapting intellect, when you go to school, you fall from common sense, you become an intellectual person. Now common sense escapes your tongues. When you don't have common sense, even the slightest concept you cannot even relate. Most psychiatrists are actually, they lack common sense. They are educated, but they don't have the brains to actually help anybody. If any case, they are right, because they're not supposed to help anybody. So they will earn a living from your ignorance, from your victimhood, They will. So when you get the information, use that information. Go and find the path of getting your own identity. Stop creating these two excuses around it to actually avoid the issue. Stop saying, what if? Because what if is actually saying, I am not willing to do it. I am not telling you to do it. I highly recommend you do it, but that is your own problem. If you want to stay as a victim, well done. If you want to overcome victimhood, go and change that. Go and find your own identity. All right? Men who can't lead are indecisive, especially in today's society. Oh, this is a very good one. Yeah. Men who can't lead are indecisive, especially in today's society, family setting. Listen, this is who? This is FI. You see, it's not even in the modern society. Even in the olden days, even in the traditional days, there were men who could not lead. The only difference is that at least they had some moral character because there was a father figure. And no man would have actually married without land. They were given some land so that they can actually marry. So that the women and the children can cultivate that land and produce food. So the element of provision was a natural role, it was automatic. Nowadays, every man, after they get a small job, they want to get married because they want to satisfy their need for ejaculation. They think when they marry, they can ejaculate every night without responsibility. They can actually, there's abundance of sex in marriages. But I want you to look at the statistics. 54% of marriages are sexless. Hello? This word sexless, let me define it. They are either not having sex at all, or people are having sex once a month or once in 2 months. Some are having sex once in a year. And now everybody's creating excuses. Oh, you know, I'm unavailable. Oh, you know, this and this. Oh, you know, I dry up. Oh, all this nonsense. All these excuses are coming up. But the reason why they got married is because they thought, if I get married, there'll be abundance of sex. Now there's erectile dysfunction. So therefore, where is the abundance? So if at all you're getting married because of abundance of sex, how is it possible that these same marriages, 54% are sexless? How is it making sense? That's why I told you, as you're having those sexless marriages, every one of them, women are busy with other guys, men are busy with the side chicks. So if any case, that marriage is surviving because of the side chicks, because of the side guys, these younger boys that women are willing to pay so that they can actually rupture their hips. Because of the thrill. You want the fantasy. You want these sexual fantasies to be satisfied by this younger version of males. So, and because you have the chums, and because of course that time, if you bought me Jack Daniels when I was in campus, the following day you're going for an X-ray, hip X-ray. Because this guy has worked on you properly. And because you've grown so stiff because of age and the inflammatory foods, the flexibility is a little bit questionable. This guy does not identify that. He wants to throw you there and catch your leg. He wants to, he wants to give you the caterpillar. What is the caterpillar style, my friends? So this guy wants to exercise the caterpillar style on you. You're like, hey, but you know me up, arthritis. Babuji, arthritis, you know. Fanya pole, arthritis inaniumiza. Kesho X-ray. You can afford it, right? So you don't mind. Yes, which is Scorpion Kadunga. You just realize that you are 40 years into a marriage and you've never had a Kadunga, the Scorpion Kadunga. And your colleague, this 28-year-old man here who goes to the gym, has to some few muscles and excites you with these sex stories, has just mentioned Scorpion Kadunga. Now you're looking at him, you're saying, if this one holds me down with this Kadunga thing, me marriage, this guy will do the Kadunga, but the following day, expenses, X-rays, MRIs, more steroids for arthritis. Chunga sana. And I told you, men going to Ruai and Ruaka to just be stepped on their backs with high heels. There are these ladies who have actually specialized in stepping on men's back with high heels. So this old man is just producing some different sounds. I told you, when you hum, there's a way these sinuses vibrate and then you produce nitric oxide. So it dilates your blood vessels and blood pressure goes down. So these guys actually go there for therapy. They just don't know. So as they're being stepped on their backs with high heels, they're humming, and their blood pressures are going down. By the time he's coming home, he's very calm. There are no headaches. How will he not go there for the thrill? Eh? You don't know. You as a married woman, you don't know. Your man goes to Mirema to be stepped on his back. He has never told you these things, but he just went there once, and this girl actually put his legs in a basin of warm water, plus some apple cider vinegar, because your man actually bought it. And this girl does some foot massage, some to pedicure. This guy is like, hey, don't touch there. Mama does not touch there. And they're like, no, Mama is not here. You relax and sit back. Let me do my thing. They're like, okay. okay. Mercy, mark my words. Mercy, mark my words. Hey. You're coming here telling us, I'm a married man. So you're introducing your woman in church. This is my wife. We've been married for 28 years. Married for 28 years. Where? Where? When all of you are busy. This one is getting kadunga there. This other one is getting stepped on the back the other side. So most marriages are actually being maintained by the side guys. By the side guys. Okay, Nura, thank you so much for that gift. Thank you. I appreciate it. Any questions? So the moment we start speaking the truth, the moment we become truthful, all these problems shall actually disappear. Our major problems are we are so full of lies, we are so full of ego, and we think that's the right thing to do. Ego is evil. Ego is the devil trying to control you. Stop thinking you love one another. You don't. Human beings don't have love. So who would you love? How can you love when you don't have love? Where did you get it from? When you did not have a father? When you've not had an identity? When you're playing a victim? When you still feel you feel lonely? Because some of you got married because of loneliness. Others got married because you're running away from your parents. You ended up attacking your parents in the marriage. Now you resent your parents here, but you can't do anything about it. Some of you married your fathers. Some of you married your mothers because you have their identities. Right? Yeah, so when you become truthful, because the spirit of truth is the spirit of God. When you become truthful, everything works for you because you'll attract truthful people. Do you know you only need one truth to actually chase all your friends away from your life? Those people you call your friends. You only need one truth for all of them to disappear. Once. And you'll be left alone. And when you're alone, that's when you're actually at your real identity. If you don't have an identity and you become alone, you'll be so lonely. You'll actually go apologizing for telling people the truth. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you. You cannot hurt anybody. You can't hurt anybody. They hurt themselves by expecting things from you. Possibly one of the reasons why I say others should never apologize. If you're only apologizing, you're apologizing to your mother and your father for resenting them to overcome their identities. But any other thing, you did it because you wanted to do it. So why are you apologizing? Why are you apologizing? I don't think others should apologize. Because you did it because you wanted to do it. Just move on. Unless you want to overcome the identity of that person. So you realize, I'm resenting them, I need to overcome them. That's when you apologize. But apologizing for living your life, why would you do that? Why would you waste time to chase a thrill? Because you're not doing it because you're truthful. You're doing it because of the thrill that comes for you to feel good out of it. The devil lies to you. When you apologize, you'll feel good. All right? Could that be mother? I don't understand that. I am Hamdi. You would rather request to be a guest in so that we can actually have that conversation. Anybody who wants to be a guest in, it's time for you to have it. We have about 10 minutes to do this show, and we call it a night. Very good point here. Using an ex as a benchmark to find the next new. That's a very good point. But is that not what most people do? Most people don't want a man or a woman. No, they don't want that. Most people want a man or a woman who is an opposite of their experiences. So if any case, they want a new experience with this new man. You see that? So they are using these people. We use each other. You're using me because I simply act the opposite of your exes. You realize you are dating a very responsible ex, and you as a woman, you're providing for him. Now you drop him, you're like, I cannot date a broke man again. Even if he's a good man, I cannot date a broke man again. It's not like you cannot date a broke man because you don't even know the difference. You will not go asking every man, what is your bank account? No. You will fall for another brokey because you are actually a messed up soul. You are broke in the heart. So you're actually using these new people to actually satisfy the thrill, which is basically the opposite of what you actually had. Your experiences that you had, you're running away from those experiences. And anything you run away from, you end up attracting it. So you fix yourself so that you don't keep on running. And men are using women. Look at it this way. Men are using women for sex. But they will pretend to care, to buy flowers, to woo them. They will pretend, all for the sake of the sex. Women, on the other hand, is all about loneliness and provision, security. So by the time you're getting into this situationship or this relationship, all of you are just empty. You're getting into it, not because there's some complementary aspect of it, no. It's because one is lonely and thinks if they get this one, they will not be lonely anymore. It's because the other one is broke and thinks if you get this man, the brokenness shall just disappear. You're running away from poverty. This man is running away from scarcity. All his life, he has actually been punished because he didn't have some money. So he's been denied the organ because of no money. You on the other side, you've been given the organ all the time thinking that these people will actually hold you down. But they've never held you down. So you're thinking, this one now has to hold me down. He must hold me down. That's why I'm putting boundaries. That's why I'm saying, oh, you know what? I don't want this. Oh, you know what? Sex will be for marriage. Oh, you know this. So you're putting up these boundaries because these are your past experiences. So if any case, you're living in your past. And then you end up attracting somebody who is actually having the same burden. You people attract the same people. And now you are afraid to leave them because if you leave them, you'll become lonely. And it will take you so much time before you get another man. So you'll settle for anything as long as it's actually willing to hold you down. Aye. We all use each other. We all do use each other. Until you work on yourself to get an identity, you're using other people and they're using you equally. So men convert women into sluts. Women are selling it. So one is selling, the other one is buying. Either directly or indirectly. That's what is happening in the modern world. And that's why we have so much mess. So much mess. 50-50, it will never exist. Everybody has their own role. If we say 50-50, it means I provide halfly, you provide halfly. So it says you carry the pregnancy 50%, I carry the pregnancy 50%. What is that? All of us are unique in our every form. So you can be 100% in being a woman. I can be 100% in being a man. So that I make sure that these people here are provided for. They are provided for and protected physically, financially, and mentally. They've been made to understand the order of God because I am the light of this family. I lead them in the right direction according to how God reveals it to me. That is my role to them. For her role is very easy. Simply submit and respect. Make sure that my life behind the scenes is actually easy. But look at women wanting to be on the limelight. Just the same way as men. So every woman is out there competing with men. So you're competing with other men and then you're thinking that your man will be sitting there and thinking, this one, my woman is winning, clapping for you. This one he will frustrate you so badly. He will frustrate you so badly. We are not interested in your career. We are not interested in anything. We are not interested in your publicity. We don't care. Men will only care about you being the mother to his children. It's that simple. So when you're thinking, you know what, I have to be this type of person to attract this type of man, you only need to fix your identity so that God gives you the man that is for you. Why is it when you are true and working on yourself, people think you are all that and want to pull you down? Now listen, nobody wants to pull you down. Because when you get an identity and if you are truthful, you will not be complaining about such things. Because look at it this way. When you see people in the dark, let's say there's a dark hole somewhere. You are in the light and you can see them in the dark. Why do you care about what they're doing in the dark? Why? Why does it even concern you what they're doing in the dark? That means you want to identify with the darkness, right? So why would you even judge them for being in the darkness? You allow them to be in the darkness until the day that they want to come out of the darkness. That's when you can shed light on their path. You can simply tell them, follow this light. If they don't want to follow it, well done. Let them suffer in the darkness. So you cannot be worried about what people are thinking about you. Why are you in their thoughts? Why are you thinking for them? It means inside you are empty. Because if you are complete, you will be focusing on your own things. Everybody is evil around you. Everyone around you is evil. And the evil souls want to destroy everything around them, including you. So the only thing you need to do, find an identity so that that spirit of truth keeps them away. You will not even care what they say because it doesn't affect you. You don't get triggered. You don't get excited by things or people. Nothing and no one is supposed to get you feeling some type of way. Nobody can make you feel some type of way. If somebody or something makes you feel some type of way, the problem is you. Because you expect them to think or to say things that actually make you feel happy, that actually align to what you want. That is you controlling people. Let them be. If they want to destroy you, they can't, because if you have an identity, that identity will protect you from that evil nature. You will see it, you will not react to it, you will not hate it, you will discern it, and you will move. And then you make a silent prayer, you overcome that thought, you keep moving. So the moment you start focusing on yourself, that's when life becomes different. But if you're thinking, oh, these guys are so evil, they're thinking about me, you've already passed a judgment on them. Right? You cannot fix human beings. The only thing you have control over is you. So why don't you focus on you and keep improving every single time? Keep overcoming those thoughts every day. People like the idea of being married, but do not like being in the marriage itself. Very true. Now, the truth is this. A marriage is an institution of the man. It belongs to the man. Marriage is an institution that belongs to the man. Whether you like it or not, you can actually fight me for that, but it's the truth. Marriage is not that, oh, we are married. We are not married. You've been married or you are married. You either married somebody or you are married to somebody. There's nothing like we've been married for. You know, you are married or you married. But most men say, I have been married. So who married you as a man? Men marry. Women get married. So there's nothing like we've been married. No. So look at it this way. Marriage is like a school. A school must have the ones who actually build that school. Let's say you have a private school somewhere, right? It must have the directors. It must have the owners. And then this school, these directors decide the rules that shall be followed here. Is it a Muslim institution? So therefore the rules that are being followed here are Islamic rules, the Sharia. Is it a Christian institution? Therefore, we rely on Christian virtues. So this is a school, has directors, they have actually decided that these are the rules for this school. So you as a parent, if you want to take your child to that school, you have to read the rules. Read the rules. Like, okay, they don't want this. This is a Muslim school or Christian school. Therefore, if it's a Christian school, I don't have to take my child there if he's a Muslim and then start telling them to change their rules to suit my son. You see where the chaos begins? So you actually understood the assignment. The problem is men don't communicate the rules before a woman joins in. They don't. They are afraid of women. That's why they just allow everything to happen naturally. What is that? Naturally. What is that? You are afraid of that woman. That's why you don't tell her what you don't want. Because you're thinking if you tell her that, she will leave you and you'll be lonely. You don't have an identity. You're emotional. So look at it this way. So we have this school with its own rules. And the one who owns this school is Lewis or Uncle Chile. So I've built my school with my own investments and my own rules. So therefore, anybody who joins that school must read the rules, know if these rules are good for them, they join in. If they cannot follow those rules, they don't have to join that school. There are other schools, go join those schools. So you as a woman, you read these rules, you come in, you decide I'm going to study in this school. And then you come in this school, and then you are reminded of the rules. You're told, hey, you know what? You remember reading this? You remember you signed here? So these are the rules for this school. Why did you go against these rules? Now you say, oh, you want to control me. Oh, no way, I cannot do that. I cannot submit to that. My friend, go to another school. So you phantom the idea of you think you can actually come with your own school. Why don't you study that school at home? Do homeschooling. Don't come to school. Just do homeschooling. If you can actually survive on your own, do homeschooling. So don't go into an institution that doesn't belong to you and then you want to create your rules there. Don't do that. If you cannot follow those rules, just find another school. It is easy because you will simply ask this man, his relationship with God, if he had a father, if he has anger, and you will easily know. You can easily trigger him and you see how he reacts to things. You can ask him what he does for a living and see if he has an open mind, basically an ambition, so that you are sure of the security. You as a woman is the one who is asking those. I've always told men never to ask a woman what she does for a living. Why would you ask a woman what she does for a living? Do you want her to provide for you? So she's the one to ask you, Once he has these questions, these things in order, if you want to know if this man is actually interested in you, tell him to actually meet your father. Oh, a beast will know a beast. Your father will know a beast. Instantly. This one, my daughter, this one is a beast. But you pretty women, you always make a mistake on this one. Always. Because even if your father tells you, this one, away, what do? Oh, you're willing to destroy your father for this. I mean, the only chance for me to get married, my father does not want it. Right? So an institution that belongs to a man has the rules for a man, and then you come in and you want to change those rules to suit you. You would have actually tried to change them when you're outside. This man would have actually told you, please, just go. Change the school. You don't have to come to this school. That's how marriage works. So marriage works. The problem is not the marriage institution. That's an institution ordained by God. The problem is you individuals. You get into it without an identity. So the man did not communicate the rules to you. He did not communicate his boundaries to you. And then he allowed you to cross those boundaries without communicating them. And then now he's feeling offended, but he cannot say it because he's afraid if he says it, you will leave him. And he will be very lonely. The society will think, you failed in the marriage. Because to people, most people, when you have this family thing held together, you have this good image in the society. Which society? There's no society. You're in your own head. Who told you we care about your marriage? It's just you. You're overthinking stuff in your head. Overcome those thoughts. That's why you will always post your husband and your family. It's a Sunday, you've taken photos, you're posting. You're not posting them for you, you're posting them for us to approve. You're posting them for us to actually validate you. Oh, you're doing good. Oh, your marriage is working. By the time you're posting your family, it means that marriage is struggling. Man, by the time you're posting your wife, it means you actually either wrong, you've done something wrong and you're seeking apologies, or you're proving something. You've been caught cheating. So you're trying to seek validation from people so that people think, this guy is a family man, so that your wife forgives you. You're using each other. Why would you post your wife for us? He's not our wife, he's your wife. Why would you post him for us or her for us? Why would you post your man for other women who are single out there when you know they're actually going to come for him? They look at him and they see you posting him and they say, oh, this man must be a very responsible man. Why is Judith behaving this way? Why is Sarah behaving this way? Now they come for your man. And you know what they'll do? They simply cross their legs with miniskirts. When your man sees that thigh, your thighs stop making sense. He wants these thighs. And he'll do anything for your friend to just sleep with your friend. If any case, they can even replace you. As you post your wife, I've told you multiple times, you post your pregnant wife, every man wants to ejaculate in her. Akweke migu. That child has come with a head without a neck. So everybody wants to ejaculate in her to give her a neck, to give the baby a neck. You're telling us, oh, you know what, baby, gender reveal. Pah! You're revealing a gender and somebody else is putting the gender. Wewe, weka mambo ya siri huko siri. It's your business. Why do you want likes for posting your wife? Why do you want likes for posting your children? Why? Most of you are so empty. You're so empty. So I'll leave you this evening with this. Please, when you love somebody, you don't expect anything from them. When you love them, you don't expect anything from them. The moment you expect anything from anybody, you don't even have love. So stop telling people you love them. Number 2, when you love them, you don't even need them to agree with you. They can disagree with you and you will not feel a thing. You simply stay. Most of you, if your boyfriend or your husband or your man or your woman disagrees with you, it's the end of the story. Oh, you're angry the whole week just because they disagreed with you. So who told you we must agree with you? Do you know by day we can actually have a complete communication without agreeing or disagreeing? We can actually converse without having to agree or disagree. So what makes you think I have to agree to your stories every time? That means I'm also conforming to you. So I'm actually controlled by you. So I'm a liar. I don't have to agree with anything you say. I don't have to disagree with anything you say. We can actually roll a conversation completely without having to agree or disagree. You have your own mind. I have my own mind. I can speak my mind and you speak yours and we move on. So no expectations. No need for them to agree or disagree with you. No need for them to love you back. Because what is that? I love you, but right back. Right back. Aye. Even if it is left back or left front. Nowadays it's back left. I love you back left. Oh baby, Babji, I love you. Oh babes, I love you left back. If you love them, don't protect them. The easiest way to love them is to let them suffer. If they want to suffer, let them suffer. So if you love people, you are willing to let them suffer. You don't protect anything. And to the moon and back. Now we are realizing nobody went to the moon. But you said to the moon and back. Even Armstrong did not go to the moon. Wacha hiyo mapenzi ya mwezi ibaki kwa mwezi huko. If any case, mwezi ni when women are actually attending their periods. Yeah? If somebody is threatening to leave you, let them go. Just tell them, okay. Do you need anything? Should I assist you to go? Let them go. Be willing to let them go, because that's the only way to love them. If your friend loves your other friend, let them do what they have to do. I mean, it's them. It's up to them. It's not up to you. It's up to you. Whatever they do is none of your business. The punishment shall come. The consequences are coming to them, not to you. So why do you care? Why do you think you care? Start asking people, after all I've done for you, you are my friend, you can snatch my boyfriend. Nobody snatched nobody. Nobody snatched nobody. Alright? Yeah. So don't expect anything from anybody. Don't expect anything, please. Ignore anything, but don't expect anything from people. Understand that the world owes you no understanding. So do people. Don't ever think you love people if you don't have love in yourself. If you still have anger, if you get angry, let me use that now, because most of you, when I say, do you have anger, you run. No, I don't. If you get angry, you don't have love. All you have is control, intimidation, and you're willing to destroy anything and anybody that is in your path, including that one that you're claiming to love. Just a simple thing, you'll destroy them so badly. So if you have anger, you're abnormal. Go fix it. If you've never faced your parents, your mother, your father, and overcome them, told them, you know what, I've realized along the way I've been resenting you and I apologize. You still have issues. You don't know how to love. You don't have an identity. So how can you know how to love without an identity? Where did you get the love from? You can only pour things to people when you have it. But you don't have it, where did you get it from? Higher. Do you allow your woman to work? If yes, will you be in control of his resources? Do you see the questions that I'm telling you guys? Very simple question, very genuine question, but the question that can easily expose a lack of an identity. Because you see, imagine, about 3 minutes ago, I've just said, stop focusing on other people, focus on you. But now we are here focusing on if we should tell a woman to go to work or not. Why are you focusing on the woman? The problem is not the woman. The problem is you. The reason why women go to work, even when you tell them not to go, they will still go, is because you as the man cannot provide. So she senses this man has no identity. This man doesn't understand his role. This man wants 50-50. If anything goes wrong, my children's future is in a mess, because realize they're still living in the future because they don't have an identity. So if you're thinking that you need to tell your woman not to go to work, listen, women will know when not to go to work. They will. You don't have to tell them. They will. As long as they sense that, hey, you know what? This is going to bring me problems. She will not go to that work. As long as she knows that the man is stable enough to provide for her and the children, and there is security. This woman does not care about that job. She'll even get late to work, and she's even willing to be fired, because she knows there's security. Women go to work because of security. And I told you, women don't love working. They love being at places of work. They love the thrill that comes with somebody providing for them in form of a salary at the end of the month. So you stop being the provider because somebody else is providing for her. So when you're the 50-50 guy, of course, how can you even tell her not to go to work? She's willing to drop you. Oh, she will drop you so fast. Because, I mean, who are you? It's nature. She has to drop you, and you actually deserve to be dropped. Because she doesn't care about you as a man. She cares about the security that comes with you as the man. And the security is for her and for her children, not you. So how can you start telling her, don't go to work? Oh, it's not right for a woman to go to work. How can you tell her that when you as the man, your role, you failed? You're expecting 50-50. From where? So the moment you start thinking about you as a man, the moment you start becoming better as a man, that's when you start winning this battle. You will not care about what women are doing because she will align to you. She will submit, she will respect you. But the moment you find yourself asking these type of questions, it shows that we still have work to do. You see, it shows that there's so much gaps that needs to be filled. And those gaps can only be filled by we as men. We have to restate that order of life because we come from families where our fathers didn't know how to provide. They didn't know how to correct our mothers. They didn't know how to be truthful because they feared being alone. They feared being left. They wanted to protect this family thing so that they look good in the society. And through that, they had to lie some things. Our mothers made our sisters to abort and then covered it up because they wanted to be looked at as good mothers. Because when you see a daughter, you look at the mother. You see the character. So they wanted to actually act this good role. So they protected a lot of things behind the bias, or behind the scenes. And the only thing that missed out in those families is identity and the truth. So now we are here to actually fix the truth. And you don't care about telling the truth. You tell the truth to anybody, anytime, anywhere. Whether it's your mother, your father, your girlfriend, your wife, your children. You tell them the truth. If it hurts them, that's their problem. Because nobody and nothing is supposed to make you feel some type of way. So you can't hurt them. They hurt themselves for expecting things from you when they're not supposed to expect anything from anybody. You see, Beulah is saying, I hate working, but I have to. Sad. It is the truth. Women don't like working. They love being at places of work. They love the element of provision. So if they had provision without having to go to that work, they will not go. But now they have to go because somebody ejaculated and made them a single mother. Of course, here we don't call them single mothers, we call them mothers. So somebody ejaculated and ran away from the responsibility. Right? Somebody somewhere is seated there, lost their job, and now they're relying to get another job so they can actually provide. How will your woman not see somebody else? How? You're there, you're waiting for another job. And I told you, men, if you start, let me ask you this. How long can you survive on your savings with the same lifestyle that you're living right now? Let's say you lost your job today. How long will you go on your savings before you get another job? How long? Let me show you how stability looks like. If you answer that question, we know how stability looks like. How long can you go on your savings if you lost your job today, living the same lifestyle, the same house you're paying rent, right? The same foods you're eating, the same house you're going, everything you're living the same way. But you've lost your job and now you have to rely on your salary. How long, or no, on your on your savings? How long can you go? 1 month, 2 months, 6 months, a year? How long can you go? That will tell you why your woman is actually going to work. Eh? Because even if she told you, you know what, sir, please, I don't want to go to work anymore, but I want to do this. I am earning 35,000 from this small job that I'm getting. So do this. I can be here. I stay here, raise your children, and do nothing. But at the end of the month, just give me 35,000. Employ me. Will you? Will you? So then why are you complaining if she goes to work? Hey, let her come. Let us employ her so that we can actually provide for her, because you failed in providing for her. So we will provide for her. And once we provide for her, we become the father. We become the man. You are a male. You are the side guy. You've married her, but you are the side guy. I am now the main guy here. That's why she will leave you in that bed at 5 in the morning. You are so erect with the morning wood. She'll tell you, hey babe, I'm still yours. I'll come back. You will hold back on that sex, of course, because if you don't, I mean, she'll throw you out. She'll go and attend a meeting with the boss. At 5 a.m., she is running, leaving you there with all that morning wood, because that's the only time you erect. She'll tell you, hey, hold with your wood. I have to go and make sure that we eat in the evening. But if you can provide, even before you get that wood, she'll be the one who will be working to make you get that wood. So she'll make sure she actually serves you right before she does anything else. And everything else will stop making sense to her except you. That's one thing you don't understand, guys. That's what you don't understand. One day you will. Don't worry. Just take your time. Take your time. If God gives you the grace tomorrow, you will understand what I'm talking about. Identity is the core of an individual. Thank you for teaching us. Judith Akinyi, very true. It is the only thing that you should find. That's why even God said in the scriptures, seek ye first the kingdom of God and the rest shall be added unto you. But what is our problem? We are always seeking the rest. We are seeking the rest. And then they come and they pass. They come and pass. They come and go. You're still the same empty person. Why? Because you did not seek ye first. You did not seek the truth. You sought for all others except the truth. So you deserve to be punished. Amazing. Amazing. Time for us to call a night. Unless there's somebody who has a question, we answer and then we disappear. I'm sure it's 2 months. Do you think it's actually 2 months? You imagine the same lifestyle. You're paying rent, you're eating the same foods, you still go out, you drink your favorite liquor, you still attract the same women. Same lifestyle as though you never lost your job. Do you think it will take you 2 months? I've seen somebody saying passive income. They will say passive income everywhere. Passive income, oh, investments, oh, MMF, oh, bonds. They will say all those things, but you ask them the real things. That's where they draw the line. Even your financial advisors, without an identity, they have nothing. They have the knowledge, they've held on to the knowledge, but they don't have any information. So all problems in terms of medical stuff, they hail from sugars, the inflammatory foods, they're just the three. And all problems in terms of issues with the mental health, issues with the identities, they hail from one thing, anger. Once you understand those two, you fix the anger, and then you fix your diet. So anger, when you fix the anger, you get your identity, it will help you maintain the patience, the consistency, and the discipline. Because without those three, even the other side will suffer. Because the physical body relies on the spiritual aspect. The spirit controls the body. So if you don't have the discipline, the body will still grow fat. You lose weight and still grow fat. If you don't have an identity, hypertension will still come back because you will actually win the battle and then go back to the things that you used to do. Go back again. Doc, most of us can hardly go beyond 3 months after losing that salary. Alphabet computers is very true. Very true, bro. And that tells you these people know. I understand. They understand. The female nature understands that the security that comes with the man is the most important thing. And women have been consistent all through. It's just us men who has become weaker, sometimes strong. We come up and go down, all that. We've never stable. For women, they've always maintained that gap. Always been consistent in terms of how they punish men and how they reward men. Their interactions with men has always been constant. Men are the ones who actually became problematic, and therefore we must fix that. That's why this platform is here to actually fix the men, so that we reinstate the spiritual order of life, and through that, our children will never suffer. Our women will not resent us. Thank you so much, Muihaki, for that gift. Muihaki is asking, seek ye the kingdom of heaven, and the rest will be added unto you. What does that mean in simple terms? It means be truthful, all right? Be so honest with yourself, and through that, you'll attract what you actually need. You see that? So you must find an identity so that you know what truth is. The kingdom is within you. Muihaki, the kingdom of heaven is in you. Is inside you. It's not somewhere up here in the skies. It's within you. So that means be honest with yourself, and through that honesty, you will attract all that you need, because you attract who you are. Seek ye first the truth. If any case, replace the kingdom with the truth, because the kingdom is the truth anyway. And the rest shall be added unto you, because you will attract who you are. You fix the inside, everything else comes to you, which is positive energy. You are a mess in the inside, you attract the mess. So seek you first, not even ye first. Seek you first. Get an identity. Thank you so much, Nyarango001, for actually making that make sense. Seek you first. Identity. Amazing. Amazing. So we are always seeking a kingdom up here. Where? Kingdom is within you. The perfect peace is what we call a kingdom. So ladies and gentlemen, as I finish this up, thank you so much for taking the time to be here. I appreciate all of you. It's amazing to always be here, just trying to actually make sure all of us get to one path. This is like a chat. These are the things that we'll actually be talking about on our expedition. Just sit down and address each individual's issues. Of course, we'll only take 25 people. Why? Because uh, of the logistics. 25 people are enough. So we sit down, we have these identity talks, we eat some meat, we walk barefoot, we go for the hike, and that hike it's not a walk in the park. So come prepared, right? So it shall be amazing. So join in. Tomorrow I'll be advertising that, so you can actually book a slot for that. It shall happen at Longonot, and we shall see. All other things shall be revealed to you as the time goes by, if God gives us the grace. So I wish you well. I want to thank God for all of you, and I hope that you can actually embrace the truth. Seek ye, or you first, the kingdom of yourself, and the rest shall be added unto you. Thank you so much, Just Liz. I appreciate that. Everybody who has actually sent us a present or a gift, we say thank you so much. May God bless you. Everybody who has sat here to actually interact with us, ask questions, comment, like, share the live, we bless you. We hope that your life opens up, but make sure you seek an identity, because you deserve better, and better shall come your way only and only when you seek that identity. I am not asking you to do that. I am pleading with you. If you see need in it, go do it. If you don't, well done. We all have a life to do, and let's see how it goes. So God bless you, and have a good weekend. Take care of yourself, because that's the temple that needs to be taken care of. I bless all of you, and have a good night, okay? Amazing.